maintain our casters here live back on the air. Mustache.
It's not a case of ever going fully intensive on these fights. It's just a case of, you know, wearing people down, making sure by the time they get to that end game, they're in the best position possible. Unfortunately, you know, if the chemical can't get a boiling, this was what tends to happen.
Yeah, you do need to be able to release that energy, otherwise it's pretty much useless. A release of energy, though, for Alpha 7 there. Ralph, not going to be able to heal out too long. Center Texer, he's surfing the bonnet. How long is he going to stay alive for? We'll have to wait and see.
Were they listening to what we were saying?
There we go.
Like, you think our rotations are shoddy? That's it. I'm going to destroy the team that you complimented. Get ahead of those other teams. So I think for Na'Vi at the moment, you know, consistency really has to be in the tough team to deal with. Clutch God hits a beauty of a nade off the side, and in the Infinity also striking out there. So N00ZY takes a massive amount of casualties.
And there they go. Godlike are going to be able to take down N00ZY. Out in 16th place. 4 eliminations for Godlike. They're racking up some totals. Blank, they are still together, though.
Yeah, and I think that, honestly, when I've watched BGMI in the past, you know, Miramar tends to be a map that the Indian teams have a very good grasp over. I love their compound play over there. It's so interesting to watch, because when they can play as that... What?
Oh? And one could potentially prove spoiler. And there you go. The shots are starting to come on through. Kid has to hit the deck.
Yeah, Favian sees Kid at the moment. Tries to take some more shots, won't find it, but they have a clear idea of where they're playing. No real hope in hell at getting Mafioso back up again. They are fairly split.
S2G on the crash towards Furious Gaming. They've only got 2 players to stand up against it, and the tide is just too strong.
Gaming feel a little bit more comfortable to start moving down this hillside soon.
Uh-oh. Godlike, they're still fighting. They find one Scry off the back of Action's buggy. And Action on the broadside of this hill. Not really sure what you were trying to get done there. It's such a difficult rotate, sure, but...
Stalwart just really falling off recently. I can't say I'm too impressed with the recent performances, at least today. You know, I'm more used to that tactical style of play that they're able to show us time and time and again, but right now it just feels a little sloppy. Downward Gaming, though, now they're taking their chance. They know that these teams have many casualties on side and are here to pick up the pieces. Really well thought out push.
And they move down from that hillside. Sure, S2G were at their back on the south side, but now they're in this compound. There's no real oversight.
That clears them to move in from that south side. They're not going to take too many shots from them because they're going to be more worried about keeping themselves alive now. And with a couple of knocks over towards this fight as well, now they know they can clean up. With the circle heading down towards that southwest side, the question is, do you leave this fight alone? Do you try and find a better position in the circle? Because currently, the Infinity is in a very good spot on that high ground with a couple of compounds to play with, regardless of where the circle goes. But looks like Down One is accelerating the pace of this fight.
They absolutely want to take this one and get it done with. They don't want anyone at their back. Kid with the M249, plenty of bullets in the chamber, but Fredo's gone down. Finds one knock with the M249, and down the stairs, will not be able to stand up, unfortunately. And that is going to be Team Secret. Losing 2 players. iShot still across the way. Still alive for Team Secret. Sung goes down and Junie goes out wide. Looking for the fight with Lamborghini, and he's caught with a nade in his hand. He's taken around, he's turned it around, and Lamborghini able to get to safety. Duck knocked on the upper floor there, but Down One Gaming, they're going to have to slow down a hell of a lot here to get Junie back up.
Actual fire over towards Down One's position could spell absolute defeat for them here.
iShot fighting out, moving out from this compound. It just gets cut down, but in the meantime, Forrest is low. Sung on his knees right now on the open hillside, and Favian racing for the cover of this building. They've managed to get in.
They try and focus on the threat right in front of them. Nova, on the other hand, just preoccupied with getting players back up on their feet and getting themselves into a solidified position. Sunan will go down. Pamburu right in the midst of things, and Yu Yang moves up, and they're looking to translate finally.
8 eliminations for 628, 8 eliminations for Down One Gaming, and 7 for Godlike. Blank on the eastern flank, but they have taken a knock. They've already lost a player as well. Nova moving through this compound. Logan shuts the front down, and King takes a knee. Paraboy low, but isn't going to have to go down just yet. A nade might follow it up, and that might be good, but in comes the push. Paraboy, there goes the knock from that Molotov, and around the side, N00ZY looks for that flank. Jimmy trying to suppress it. The nades flying out as Nova cling to their end of the compound, but with only Jimmy standing, it's just time left on the clock, and that's going to run out for the Mela. able to get in that buggy. All 4 alive for Infinity.
Goodness me, N00ZY looking like King Henry VIII there, passing the law of death by boiling with that Molotov. Goodness me. Now N00ZY has to deal with Godlike next, who are moving on the position, but it's also 6-8. They're getting crunched from either side.
Mela, N00ZY, Logan in this compound. Mela low on the front. Logan dealing with that push from the back as well. 2 players from Godlike are down, but Logan falls and ZGod up to bat. N00ZY falls as well, and it's a chance to stay alive for Godlike. They still have 2 players in this fight. With Jonathan down the hill, Mela's the last standing for the Infinity.
ZGod still here, will pick up a couple of these knocks as well, and the flushes. 6-8 though, you've got to commend them for this. They had the entirety of the circle. They decide instead to move up to this position and try and clear these teams out because they hear the cacophony of bullets and they want to bring an end to this orchestra.
Na'Vi, 3 eliminations, highest on the table, still left in the game right now, but they have got a player down. That forward position from Kitsune, not very strong. As Damwon Gaming continue to rack up these eliminations as well. Fabian from up above does get rained down upon as well, and Damwon finally eliminated.
To 14 elims, I believe the highest we've had in the PMGC finals so far, from 6-8, who have been on an absolute warpath this game. Freak takes a heavy hit. Lord in the back. This guy knows how to clutch up, but how is it possible in this unlikely position?
They started it early and they're finishing out. They've been going this whole time blank, 6-8, fighting for this position, playing this game well. They know what they're doing, and they've cornered Enigma Galaxy, who have done all right to be able to